And girls, we are on day 3 of our distance learning. I'm sure you guys are getting more accustomed with using Microsoft Teams. I know you guys are doing amazing. I've seen a lot more activity on there since yesterday, so I'm very proud of you, and we're going to go ahead and get started today. So you should have watched the video on complex sentences, and I hope you noticed that the big focus there is 2 parts. An independent clause and a dependent clause. So let's review what those 2 parts are and how they create a complex sentence. So let's take some notes, and I'll give you some time to take those as well. So we have our 2 parts: independent clause. And remember, this is a review. We've learned these things in class. So an independent clause can, that's important, stand alone. And in class, we like to call that a complete sentence, right? So there's another part to a complex sentence. The other part is a dependent clause. And the biggest difference there is it cannot stand alone. That means it's not like the independent clause. It's not a complete sentence. It's not a complete thought. It cannot stand alone. So, we used to say in class, a dependent clause has a subject and a verb, but it can't stand alone. So, let's take a look at our instructions for today. We're going to read each sentence. We're going to draw a line under the part that can stand alone. So we're going to be drawing a line there. And then we're going to draw 2 lines under the part that cannot stand alone. So think, go back to your notes up here. What is the part called that can stand alone? Independent clause. What is the part that cannot stand alone? Dependent clause. So when we look at number 1, it says, I like the 4th of July because my family watches fireworks. Okay, I need to find 2 parts here. One part that can stand alone and one part that can stand alone. So if I look at I like the 4th of July, well, yeah, that can stand alone because I know who and I know what they did. So this first part is my part that can stand alone. So I'm going to draw a line under that. And then I look at because my family watches fireworks. There's a special word in there. Do you remember this word? Our WOOBIS words. And so this word is making the rest of the sentence dependent, because it's making us think, well, what's going to happen, or what happened because my family watches fireworks? We need to know the rest of the information. That's why we have to start here with our independent clause. So this, because my family watches fireworks, is our dependent clause. It cannot stand alone. We could not write that as a complete sentence. So, making note of our WOOBIS words is going to be very important today. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. We pack a picnic dinner before we leave for the park. So I'm already noticing another special word there, a WOOBIS word. And this is giving me a hint already that I'm going to have a dependent clause. So you can do it 2 ways, boys and girls. You can try to find the independent clause first. Try to find out, okay, where is my complete sentence here? Which part could I take out and it's able to stand alone? Or you could start looking for those clue words, our WOOBIS words. And you can say, oh, hey, I see in a WOOBIS word, that means I'm going to have a dependent clause. So you can find it 2 ways, which is really awesome. And we know that we pack a picnic dinner is an independent clause. It's a complete sentence. It can stand alone. If I took it out of this sentence, it could be by itself. Why? I have my subject, I have my predicate, and I have my complete thought. So let's go to number 3. My little brother covers his ears while the fireworks explode. Do you notice any Awubis words? Do you notice any parts that can stand alone? Any independent clauses? I can start with that. I could say, oh, my little brother covers his ears. That's a complete thought. It has my little brother. That's my subject. It tells me what he did, covers his ears, and it is a complete thought. So this part, yes, it can stand alone. Now I want you to look at the rest of the sentence, and I want you to think, why can it not stand alone? Because we need to know what happened while the fireworks were exploding. This key word here is making it dependent. So let's kind of stop. Let's review what we just did, okay? We're looking for an independent clause. We're looking for a dependent clause. We're noticing some clue words, our Awubis words. So those are going to be very important today. So we're going to, 1, we always read the sentence. Reading is how you understand. You get context clues. You get ideas. You're able to think about the sentence. And then 2, we're going to look out for those keywords. So we're going to cloud our Awubis words. And then 3, we're going to find the complete sentence, which is the independent clause. So I could label these parts, for example, complete. Okay? Once you find the complete sentence, once you find the Awubis word, you're able to find your 2 parts of a sentence. So last, you're going to find the dependent clause. Now remember, a dependent clause, it might have a subject and it might have a verb, but it can't stand alone. And what's that special word that makes it that way? An Awubis word. So let's write our Awubis words. We have after, although, as. Now remember, you can always pause, so you can copy these down. When, while, until, before, because, if, and since. Now there's many other words that can count as what we would call subordinating conjunctions. That's our 4th grade word, but we use Awubis to help us remember what those words are, just like our fanboys. And there might be a lot more, but these are the main ones you're going to be working with today. These are the main ones you might be noticing today as you're reading through. So when you continue your independent practice or extra practice or your exit ticket, you want to really focus on some main parts. You want to focus on the independent clause, okay, our complete sentence. You want to focus on the dependent clause, which is cannot stand alone, and you want to focus on your Awubis words and creating a complex sentence that combines 2 parts with the subordinating conjunctions to make a complex sentence. So you'll continue on to your independent practice, And you'll notice today you have a little bit more independent practice. When you get to your exit ticket, okay, you're going to be reading the passage. Super important, always reading. Reading helps you get an idea of what the story is about. Why is that helpful? Because if you're connecting two ideas using some subordinating conjunctions, some awoobis words, it has to make sense. The story has to fit together. The sentences have to fit together. Everything has to flow through. That's what good writers notice, and that's what good writers do. You're going to circle the correct conjunctions, okay? Now I will be adding an exit ticket on the assignments page. It's going to be titled Meeting Harold. So I'm going to actually type out these sentences, and you are going to fill in or choose the correct subordinating conjunction or awoobis word that is going to combine the independent clause and the dependent clause. So, good luck today, boys and girls. Remember to go to the assignments tab and submit your answers, because what's so cool about that is you can get your grade right away. Of course, you want to work here so you can do your strategies. You can label, you can make little clouds, you can think through your work. And then once you have your answers ready, go to the assignments tab, click on Meeting Harold, and there you will be able to submit just your answers. So today you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You will have 6 questions for your exit tickets. I'm so proud of you already. I'm very excited to see how you guys accomplish your work today. Remember to reach out to me if you have any questions. And if you can't find the exit ticket, don't forget to reach out to me. Have an awesome day. I'm so proud of you. Good luck, boys and girls, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye.